Hello, and welcome to the Blue Shadow Podcast. My name is Joey.
I am Dan.
And today we are very excited, though it is slightly delayed because of some scheduling shifts that we're doing for Star Wars Skeleton Crew, to present you with our monthly update. This is our show we do once a month to kind of catch up with one another, and hopefully you will enjoy listening to it as well, to what we've been watching, reading, and playing.
Yes.
So, Dan, that takes us to, what are you watching currently?
Currently, I'm watching Abbott Elementary.
Oh, I've heard it's good.
It's very good.
Do you think I'd like it?
Yeah, it's like The Office / Parks and Rec set in an elementary school.
Oh, that sounds perfect.
It is in a city that you don't like, but that's okay.
Is it in Philadelphia?
It is.
I don't dislike Philadelphia. I just think you're
There's a lot
beaming enthusiasm for Philadelphia.
compared to Pittsburgh, though. It's not a slight on Pittsburgh. It's just I like right turns and treated roads in the snow.
What about the weird diagonal roads?
Exactly.
Those are fun.
Anyway.
But is it as funny? Like, I've heard people say it's just like so roaringly funny.
It is. It's the way they have the characters set up. Each character plays a different little archetype, almost. It's like you have the traditional teacher, you have the stereotypical South Philly teacher, you have an outsider, then you have the main character. So it's very fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Add it to my list.
At that point, what does it matter?
It is already on my list, actually.
Yeah, before or after Ted Lasso?
Probably after, I'd say. Anything else you're watching?
I really haven't had time to watch football. Football season is prime football season.
In our fantasy league, if you listen, we periodically touch base on our fantasy league. Dan and I are playing each other in the first week of the playoffs.
I know.
With a tied record. I started out very strong. Dan started out very poorly. Then we flip-flopped.
I was going to say, I started 0-5.
Now we're playing in the playoffs.
And now I'm 8-6. So
am I. Anyway, what have I been watching? So, last time we talked about this, I told you we were getting through Psych, one of my favorite TV shows ever. And we finished that series. We watched there were 3 movies that they released over the course of a few years. And it was really nice because, it ended in, I think 2013-ish, I'd say. Mm-hmm. And then the first movie came out in 2017 or 2018. Then he did 2021, 2022 or something like that. My years are a little off, but it's nice to see them slide back into the characters, and the chemistry is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You might be worried it's a little awkward.
Yeah.
But it's so nice to have that. So we finished those 3 movies. And then we're actually, I think, a season and almost through 2 seasons of Ted Lasso.
Oh, wow.
I've been reserving that one for you.
I'm shocked. What do you think so far?
It's fantastic.
Right? It's just the upbeat positivity.
So for context, Dan has been, I think the first day we met, over 2 years ago, Dan told me that I should watch Ted Lasso because I'd love it.
Yeah.
Not sure how you knew that at that point, but he said maybe my personality, I don't know. But you said, you should watch Ted Lasso, and I've been getting aggressively chastised, as you could hear from Dan's earlier comment. But, we finally had time. We were like, you know what? I don't really want to do it. And oh my God, it's so good.
Right.
It leaves you feeling like you just took a shower.
It does. And then they touch on very dark and deep topics too.
Yeah. We just got to the episode where he had his panic attack on the field.
Yeah.
Oh my, it's I don't know. It's very feel good, but it is very I wanted to cry a few times.
Oh yeah.
For different reasons.
That's normal.
It's good. I suspect it's only going to get worse.
We'll see.
But like I said, we're, almost done with season 2. Really, really love it. Really, really, really love it. I want a little Lego Ted Lasso to sit on my desk.
I have the, a canvas believe sign.
I want it.
It's crooked and everything.
Fantastic.
Which it's weird because the sign is correct. It's, it's just a normal thing.
But it's printed on crooked?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So yes, I really love it. And your recommendation was quite sound. My wife did say that, wow, that looks like they're talking to you. I was like, I don't know if I should be insulted or appreciative of you saying that. Yeah. She said it was when he was sitting down and what's your favorite book? What's your favorite concert? First concert. Then she was like, oh my God, it's like you.
Yeah.
Well, and there are worse things to be, right?
Yeah, and everybody plays off each other so well.
I thought I was going to hate Roy when I first started, and I love Roy now. Humanizing, I think, is a great word that you use.
Everybody. It's even the characters you're not supposed to like, you sympathize with them sometimes, or empathize.
I found, and again, slight spoilers if you haven't watched the show yet, but I do recommend it, so don't listen, skip forward a few seconds. But I did not think that they would make me like Rebecca during the first season. I saw it coming, that it was going to happen. But the fact that they were able to do that and actually have me care, not just be like, oh, this person made a better decision, but I still don't like them.
Yeah.
Like, they actually made you feel it. That's what they do. They make you feel it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to what's coming. So I have no clue what it is, but
yeah, let me know when you finish season 2. Don't hold
Will do.
back.
Aren't you so excited that
I
I
am.
finally did this?
But it's like, I can't say anything else because I know how it ends.
No, you can't. No, you can't. That can then take us into what we are reading.
Can I guess what you're reading?
Yes.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Go
We're
ahead.
still in the High Republic.
I'm still in the High Republic. But I am not reading Into the Dark anymore. I finished that book.
Wow.
Quite good. I'm reading the next one. I forget what it's called. I read the first 2 or 3 chapters and I haven't had time to go back to it since. But I'm reading the next chapter or next book in the High Republic. It picks up on the events of the first book. So kind of going through that right now. How about you?
I am listening. I'm a big audiobook person, and Apple Books has a bunch of free classics.
I call them his old man books.
Well,
He calls them free classics. I call them old man books.
it's a perfect segue into what I'm currently listening to then. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. It is surprisingly good. Did not think I'd like it.
I don't even know what to say.
It's actually pretty fun.
I don't know if I had to read that in school. I can't remember.
I didn't.
I had to read a lot of weird
You have
books.
to read like Sense and Sensibility. I
I
feel
don't know
like
what that is.
another one of her books. But no, I didn't think I'd like it, but I'm pretty into it. It's pretty...
Give me like a 1-sentence description, because I feel like we can get lost down the Pride and Prejudice train for a little.
They said that it's in the preface, preface, intro from Apple Books. They said that it's the basic structure of a lot of romantic comedies going forward.
Interesting.
And it makes sense. They do the people so well, and it surprisingly fits very well today.
What year was it written?
I have no idea, but like the first scene in the book, it's the dad of the main family and the mom comes in and goes, "You have to hear the news. You have to. I have to tell you what's happening." And he's like, "Do you have to or do you want to?" And like that whole thing. And it ends with him saying, "Will you be quiet if I say go ahead and tell me?"
Oh my God.
But yeah,
So you're enjoying it?
very much so, yeah.
Awesome. Well, since we're bouncing, why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
I've been still playing the new Call of Duty, big zombies guy. And it's nice because you can do it for 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time and not feel depressed.
And you're enjoying it, which is all that
It
matters.
is. But speaking of depressed, Joey sent me a picture today of The Last of Us Season 2 on HBO. It's coming out in the spring.
Which we knew. We've known that for a while. But
my
the poster materializes it.
And my response to him today was, I lifted this line from Sketch, pressure makes diamonds. So I will finish Last of Us Part 2
It's a long game.
in the near future.
We can talk about it. It's very controversial. So I'm excited to see what...
Oh, I've heard.
Beyond what you even know already, it's controversial. So I'm excited to see what you think. We can do a 4 years later spoiler talk. Maybe almost 5. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, again, I really haven't had too much time to do anything. But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
What did I leave us on playing? I beat Astrobot. I was kind of going through the speed runs. I was him-hawing about whether to buy a really popular game now, Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah.
I bought it. Dear God, I hate it.
Oh.
It's kind of... The trailers don't really give you this impression. The trailers kind of make you feel like it's, a linear story game kind of business.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of debate on what it really is. For me, it's kind of like a Dark Souls sort of situation, the Souls-like game.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cripplingly hard. And I'm okay with a hard game. I played... Returnal was probably the hardest game I've ever played. That's where, it's like a roguelike. You can only do, one run at a time, and your progress doesn't save if you die.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it's like... It's basically just like a series of boss fights, and there are some smaller enemies to fight in between, but it's largely very linear, so it's really hard to build up XP to make yourself stronger to fight the next boss. And there's no difficulty option. I just was really struggling with it, and when I found myself being stressed out and not... I have enough stuff to be stressed out about. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
That's fair.
I actually put it down. I spent $60 on it, and I put it down. I can't. Maybe they'll add a difficulty option and I'll come back to it. But if this game wins Game of the Year, I will riot in the streets.
Mm-hmm. I do believe the kids today call that a skill issue.
Listen,
I know. I'm just...
I know. I've never had this happen to me before. Maybe I'm just getting older, 26. But Holy cow. I've played a lot of video games, a lot of single-player video games in my day. Never done a Dark Souls, but like I was talking to one of my peers at work, and he's a big like Soulsborne type person, and he like was telling me like, oh, in Elden Ring, if you're struggling with the next story boss, you kind of go through the open world, find a smaller boss, beat them. And like for me, I had to beat this one like mini boss. I hadn't even I've been in the last fight of chapter 1 when I stopped. And again, maybe I need to get better, but I shouldn't have had to go back to just wail like XP farm on like minor bad guys just to get enough, upgrading points to go actually be able to beat this guy. Yeah, I don't know. But that leads me to I'm now playing Final Fantasy 16 DLC. They released 2 DLCs that I hadn't played. So going through those, really enjoying getting back into that game. I love the characters, love that game.
Nice.
And I just yesterday installed and played a game or two of Marvel Rivals.
Nice. How is it?
It's pretty fun. I'm not a multiplayer person, if you've listened to us at all. I still, even playing this, it's kind of like, what's the point here?
Yeah,
but I think if I play it with friends and stuff, it's enjoyable. I love the character roster. There's lots of X-Men woven in with like more modern, MCU type characters. Characters that were popularized by the MCU. So I enjoyed it. I think it's pretty good.
Nice. I'll have to give it a look.
Maybe we can play.
Perhaps. So fun fact, or not so fun fact, I've known Joey for over 2 years at this point. We talk about video games all the time, and we're not even friends on PlayStation Network.
We aren't?
No.
I am, if you've listened to us for any amount of time, a solitary gamer. I always have been. My friends growing up didn't really play multiplayer games or video games at all.
Boring.
I know, right? So I've really spent most of my time playing single player, primarily PlayStation games. And that is how I've continued to play, but I should open myself up.
You missed the playing Call of Duty Zombies before school.
Before school?
Before school. You'd get up early, play a couple, play a round of zombies, and then go to school. And that way you can talk about it and strategize. And then when you get home, you start playing again. That's
kind of fun. The farthest I got with that was we would bring our DSs on the bus and play Connect and play Mario Kart in the morning. That's about as far as I got with that.
Yeah.
Well, with that seems like a pretty eventful month, honestly, for our watching, reading, and playing. I've made a lot of money moves, I feel like. Finishing Into the Dark, starting Ted Lasso so I can't get bullied anymore.
I started Abbott. I'm in season 3.
No, I'm not saying you didn't. I'm saying I feel like I was kind of in a rut for a good while, and I finally pushed forward on 2 main things.
Ted Lasso goes quick.
Really does.
Just so you know.
I started to get really happy that the episodes went from 20-some minutes to I looked into season 3's times and they're an hour. So I'm happy that it's kind of ballooning rather than just being short the whole way.
Who's your favorite character?
Ted Lasso.
Besides Ted.
Besides Ted. Give me a second. Roy. Definitely. I feel like I see myself in Ted a little bit. Mm-hmm. I don't see myself in Roy, but I love Roy, if that makes any sense.
Who do you not like?
It's changing, but I did not like Jamie at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's just where I am right now, but I really don't like Nate at the moment. I just got, again, spoilers if you hadn't watched it. I got to the part where he's kind of bullying the players a little bit.
Yeah.
And his replacement as the kit manager. I do not care for that at all. And I don't know how they're going to make me recover from that. Because I was already kind of on him to begin with. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't love Nate.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's the answer you're expecting.
No, I didn't have an answer.
There you go. Well, that was another fun month. Our final monthly update of 2024. So we look forward to continuing on doing this in the new year.
I was going to say, we still have December, but that'll come out in 2025.
Yeah. 2025, which is awesome. So yeah. With that, we thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed. Let us know what you're watching, reading, and playing. We'd love to hear from you. And please consider giving us a like, a subscription, a review on the podcast platform of your choice or on YouTube. Consider giving us a follow on Twitter, X at Blue Shadow Pod, or on Instagram at Blue Shadow Podcast. And with that, we thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
See you next time. Thank you.